Hello, we got Blunderbags here. We are at 906, and let's go ahead and see some common mistakes that happen below 1000 elo. E4, and we have a Caro-Kann. So we're going to play a very fun gambit. And I think this gambit could be very nice for lower rated players. At the higher levels, it's, a little bit dubious if black knows what they're doing. So we're going to play knight to c3, and after takes... Oh, okay, let's rewind. The gambit is knight here. They take... Most times people want to go into the Tartakower, so they're going to take the pawn, and after knight takes, they'll play knight here. But we're not actually going to recapture the pawn in the gambit. We're going to play bishop to c4, trying to apply some pressure to f7. And there's a lot of lines. We're not going to go into it in this video. If we see another Caro-Kann, we'll try to play it. But instead, we got this move f5. And yeah, I mean, this is already a huge commitment. Obviously, if we take, well then, they're going to take back with the bishop. And they're probably going to be fine. So we have a couple moves here. We could take, and then they're going to take like this. We could also push through. Pushing through kind of restricts this, and it's going to create a big weakness for black on e7. So I'm going to push through. They might be able to play c5 and target the pawn, but f5 is definitely interesting. Okay, so they want a fianchetto. I definitely think, black's best try here is to try and target the chain. But okay, they're protecting their pawn, they're stopping the check. All right. I mean, they're kind of justifying their f5 move, but it's still, I don't think it's a good move. We should probably just develop. And yeah, we just develop. If they ever go here, we can maybe go back and try to play for this, but maybe not. They're creating, like, these are holes. These are outposts in the black position. So if we were to able to get a knight to this square, it would be insanely strong. Obviously, the bishop can take at the moment, but... So we could play bishop here. They're going to block. And then maybe we can play h4, holding the square. If they were to do this, I just take due to the pin. So let's go ahead and develop with some tempo here. And it's very key. Yeah, we don't want to take. We don't want to take. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We could also play queen up, just protecting again. So if takes, we could jump in with the knight. But I like this idea of h4. Okay, they just kicked me away. I guess that, yeah, okay. Maybe that was a little bit silly of me. I could play here, but that loses a pawn. So I think I have to take. Yeah, I think we had to play queen here. All right, that's fine, that's fine. They take back with the knight. I could go, no, I can't do that. Let's just step the queen up. We're going to try and castle. Queen is attacking the pawn. We have a couple of defenses. I could go here protecting and then jump into this square. That looks pretty nice. But we have to ask ourselves what they're going to do after this. They can't go to this diagonal. Can't go here. So they actually have to go leave. So I like that. They have no forward moves. Just noticing this bishop here. And then we might be able to play this, but they're going to kick us away. But no. After this leaves, we're going to strike in the center. I think this will be a strong move. Takes, and then we can start hammering away at this weak pawn. Yeah, c4 here, without a doubt. And I can still always castle short if I want to. It's not out of the question. Now, if they take, I mean, we're just going to capture back and we're happy. So they definitely shouldn't take. I'm not really sure what their best move would be here. Okay, the knight can never enter now. I could bring the rook to this file and try to take, getting like a pass pawn, and then just develop a castle. Because their position's kind of crammed. Yeah, let's go rook c1. Rook c1, if they go here, not a big deal. All right, so they're protecting this, but now I can take. Knight takes. Here, knight takes. Then I can take here, though. Yeah, we just take this. Knight takes, knight takes. And then if they trade, we just take with the rook. Notice the pin here, which is why we put the rook on the c file. And now there could be potential checks. There's a lot of stuff brewing here. This is very reminiscent of the Tal variation in the Caro-Kann, where you play an early h4, but it's a little bit different here. Okay, knight takes. Make sure they don't have any attacking moves. I mean, they can come in, but it's not good. So just takes, I think, is probably very, very fine. We're threatening the pawn, and this pawn comes with a discovery attack. course, they take. We're just quite happy with that. Ooh. I mean, now I take with tempo, though. And yeah, after I take here, their position's kind of falling apart. Let's make sure that we're not blundering anything. The queen has no moves. Oh, wait, are we trapping? No, no, no. It can go here. It can go here, but we're still, I don't know. We're still crushing. Like, they have to play here. We have a check if we want it. But these pawns are too strong. Now we have 2 connected pass pawns for the entire game. Yeah, the queen slides up. But now I think we just simplify. I mean, we've won a couple pawns. Yeah, my opponent resigns. Let's take a look. All right, 85. So yeah, we saw an early F5. Pushing through is the best way. And they're just creating a lot of like holes in their position. They're creating a lot of weakness. It's you really don't want to play like that. This pawn is the hero, really. Like if we ever get a knight in here or a knight, like it just holds so many great squares and you're not controlling these squares at all with your pawns, which make them really, really weak. We go here, not... Okay, actually, wait. Oh, I thought that this wasn't the best because they could do this. But apparently, we should go back. We just say, okay, you're making more weakness. But instead we trade and then play queen up. And then we had this. The computer prefers rook b1, but I don't see anything wrong with this. And then striking is the incorrect way because they can take... I didn't think this was that great. Oh, we walk directly into a fork. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, we missed that. That would have been a cold shower. Hopefully after, here we could have realized that this is a fork. We shouldn't be missing that kind of stuff. But. They push, takes. And then, yeah, we're just crushing here. I mean, we can just go check. If takes, we're infiltrating. Like, we got a rook on the 7th. It's GG's, my friend. GG's. These pawns are too strong. All we gotta do is get the bishop out, castle, bring the other rook. Like, yeah. GG. All right, we got the black pieces. What will white play? They play d4. All right, we're gonna play e5, the Englund gambit. Let's see how my opponent fares against the Englund gambit. And we're not gonna play the typical one. We're gonna play d6 here. Gambiting yet another pawn for activity. All right, they play here. Now we're gonna go knight out. As soon as they put the knight out there, which they're not doing, just fine, I guess. We would really enjoy if they did, but let's give them one more chance too. Actually, if I go here, they can go here. It's kind of annoying. I don't want them to come after this, but let's see if they do. If they ever go here, I just pin it to win it. We're trying to long castle. I'm sure that you can kind of see what we're going for here. Yeah, so they bring that out. Now we're going to go ahead and pin. And if they just develop, I'm going to castle. And then there's a big mistake that can happen in this position, which is castles. Which is why I kind of thought that they were playing this to go after this bishop. But we'll see what happens. This by no means is a great opening. But at the lower levels, you can get away with playing gambits like this. And this could be a good weapon for people who struggle against d4. Yeah, so they just, this is an innocent looking move. Let's just castle, and let's see if they just auto castle. They don't. Okay, but what if I just slide back? Then they're gonna go here. I guess I can just do this, right? Just take, develop the knight, and they still have one opportunity to mess it up. I could also slide back, but then they're gonna probably push. Wait a minute. This is the only way they can block any kind of move with the rook. I guess they could do this. Let's slide back. Let's keep the bishop. I think they're going to lash out. It'll be okay. If they lash out, it's fine. Because my king isn't there. So I'm not really too worried about them pushing the pawns here because that's where they want to put their king. So if they want to do that, then go right ahead. Be my friend. And once again, castling is a blunder because I take, and then go check. And we pick up the queen. So this is a tricky position for white to play. They really should probably be going after this, but then we have this. And they have to block, and they actually lose. Well, no. They don't lose, I guess. I take, they take. It's an interesting one. I actually did not expect that. Okay. So they're attacking this, but I can just bring the queen out, protecting and attacking the queen. So, I mean, we can just go ahead and develop and protect. A good move. And yeah, maybe now we might not have this tactic, but we don't want to just rely on tactics. Of course, they're great. Of course, they're great. But can I go here? They can block this way. Because I'm really noticing that, this queen does not have very many squares. So if I were to take, and then play here, they can't block with the bishop. They could go here, but then knight takes. We apply more pressure. This doesn't really work, does it? I guess it kind of does. A little bit cheeky. I could pin and then play like knight e4 though. That is also a move. If I go here first trying to sacrifice, it doesn't work because of this. Or because they can just go back. Here takes is maybe a move actually. Yeah, because I want to remove this. But then they're always going to be able to play c3 and it's kind of annoying. So let's try this. Let's go here and then let's play bishop to b4. That's the idea. They can always go here. I don't know what I'm thinking. Shoot. Yeah, they can always do that. Slightly annoying. Let's attack the bishop though. We could damage the structure, but then they get the open G file or open B file. We don't need that. They give a check. Okay, I guess I can just take. Which way do we want to take? Let's take this way. And now I can strike. No, I can't. Here, just attacking the pawn. They probably go here. They can always push though. I don't want to let that happen. This is an interesting position. I could go queen here. Let's play queen over. We're attacking the pawn one more time, so they got to do something about it. And I'm also just setting up various stuff on the back rank. Like if they were to move the queen away, this would be a checkmate. So like funny move. If they just play something, oh, I guess if they do this, they make a room for the king. Like if they were to do something like this, I could play knight in. And if they were to take, I'd have a checkmate due to the pin. But that's playing hope chess because after this, they can just take the bishop. Yeah, so they just protect. Very reasonable move. But their king is becoming a little bit weak. Right? Right. I mean, I can always just go here, protect this pawn, because I want to bring the rook to the e file. And if they castle, I mean, that just looks silly. They're kicking me away now. I could go back, and then they're going to do this, then I go here. Yeah, let's do that. If they get wild, I'm happy with my bishop on this file. Because now I'm going to be attacking this. Okay, I think I have a funny move. Here, check, here we win the rook and get checkmated almost. Almost. And if they don't take, I just take the knight. That's the point. This is protected. Knight here, queen takes, check, king up, takes. Is that worth it though? My king is kind of out of play and then they go here. But then I have checks. We're gonna go for it. Oh no, my knight! Their king is just gonna be kind of like a little bit vulnerable. That's what I'm playing for. They just go, bruh. But this is just a free knight. I can also sacrifice here. Queen takes, there's this. Oh, no, there's a bishop there, dummy. So I guess bishop takes, they're going to take here. But then I take the rook. Yeah, I can just take. If they take with the pawn, we have this. Yes. They can block, but then knight takes, or rook takes, sorry. Continue in a pin. And my opponent has messed it up. Just like that. That's why you don't keep your king in the center. That's why it's so dangerous to keep the king in the center, because then you leave opportunities like this open. Yeah, and now there's a fork here. They can't block. And yeah, we're going to win this. Yeah, they can't do that because we just can take this. So once again, let's go here. And, yeah, let's just try to shred it open. Takes, there's this. The king is completely cut off as well. Yeah, but now we're just going to sack the queen, simplify. And then I'm simply up just a rook and a knight. So now it's just cleanup process. Just make sure that your opponent never gets a queen. and you're fine. There is a 2-on-1, a 2-on-3, so we gotta be careful. But we won't blunder it. Just take. I mean, like, I can literally sack everything now. Take and get behind. This is a very good, rule for defending. Like, we have so much material that we can just sacrifice. It doesn't matter that he's going to get down here. Even if the king was protecting, I'll give up the rook. We have a 3-on-1, and it's just winning. Just give up the knight. Doesn't matter. Takes. Now let's cut the king off. Bring the king. And now we're just going to checkmate the opposing king. Keep bringing the king. Make the box smaller. Make a waiting move. He's going to have to go back. Yeah, my opponent resigns. Beauty. Beauty, beauty. We did mess that up. That was kind of like not the cleanest game. And this is a dubious opening, but yeah. So we got the common ideas. This is the setup that we're going for. We're looking for this pin. We're looking for the bishop on here, the queen here, and the knight here, and we're looking to long castle. So I'll show you the common trap. A lot of times people just play this. Castles, castles, and boom, they're lost. Just like that. And it's because takes, check, king takes, takes. And the material is, it's pretty equal, but the king is just not safe, man. King G1, just get the knight involved. And yeah, you're going to win this game. Anyways, my opponent actually did a pretty good job of defending that. Didn't fall for any tricks or traps. And then, yeah, okay. They go back, and we should already go here. But I was thinking takes, and then here. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Little brain fart. It's all good. And now they're actually better if they just develop and long castle. But they didn't do that, and we took with the wrong piece. Wow. All right. Once again, the computer is screaming for me to take the knight and just damage the structure, but whatever. Go here. Like, as we saw, keeping the piece on the board, it kind of won us the game here. We didn't really want to... Like, why would I trade? Yeah, they ruined their structure, but we're down a pawn. And, takes. They have a little bit of counterplay on this B file. Coupled with, like, you're down material. Why are you trading? Just no thanks. But yeah, then my opponent blundered this. And from here, it's pretty simple. You don't have to trade queens here, or you don't have to sacrifice here, but it's just an easy way to simplify the position. Perfectly fine. Just make sure that your opponent is never, make sure that you're able to stop the pawn. Like, if the pawn was here, like, let's say that we have this position, knight g6, yeah, we have a way of stopping it, but let's say, the knight was here, they're making a queen. So always make sure that you have a way back to stop the pawn. And then, yeah, I mean, it's simple. We're just going to slowly but surely cut the king off and then checkmates using the rook. If you don't know how to do that, make sure that you look it up and learn, because this is such an important endgame. And of course, you can just make another queen or rook or whatever and ladder mate, but knowing how to checkmate with the rook alone is going to be key. I was just going to do the box method where I just keep cutting the king off. And you never give checks. Waiting move, cut the king off, back here. Like, this is what I was going for. Something like this. And then I think, where is it? Yeah, I think here we have this. And then after they do this, it's just a simple mate. All right, we have the black pieces. What will my opponent do? All right, they play this. Let's go ahead and play a Caro-Kann. See how this 900 plays against the Caro-Kann. They take. So we got an exchange Caro-Kann here. This is going to be very simple. This is a great opening for people to play at this level. We just develop our knights, get the bishop out, play e6, bishop here, castle. It's so simple and straightforward. We're just going to like let our opponent blunder. Like just watch how simple this goes. Knight c6. What does my opponent do? He's going to pin me or just develop somewheres. He pins me. Cool, we'll pin you back. If you take, we don't care. Now castles, e6. e6. No worries. The plan is almost always the same. We pin the knight, develop our knights, get the bishop out, castle, and yeah, we're very happy. Okay, we castle. There's a blunder here for white. If they don't do anything to protect or take, we're actually threatening takes, and takes. And at this level, yeah, I mean, like, look at that. My opponent already blundered. Now, if I take, there is a check, though. So we have to be very, very cautious of that. But I can take here, they take, and then I can take this, and there is no attack on the knight. So let's go ahead and capture the knight. And just like that, we're going to be up a pawn. Take, we attack the queen. There's, like, they can damage the structure, but we just play king h8, and we're fine. It does not matter. They can go here, and it is a little bit tricky, I'll admit, because they're threatening mate after takes, checkmate. So queen here, we do need to respond accordingly, which means we'll probably just kick the bishop away, to be honest. Okay, they go all the way back. They're looking for this tactic, but yeah, we can just retreat the knight. No worries. Now we're just simply up a pawn. This is vintage Caro-Kann. We just play super solid, let the opponent blunder a pawn, and have a very nice game. Like, look at our pawn structure. It's beautiful. Rook to the open file. I mean, kick the bishop away, like, just slowly improve our position. We always have this kind of threat as well, if we want to. They take. I actually think this is a horrendous move. Giving up that bishop was just not needed. And you're down material, so why are you trading? And now we can probably just play like bishop c5 and immediately... Yeah, bishop c5, knight here. I guess that's not really that great, is it? So they really just want to checkmate me now. But that's also a fork, but then they go here. Slightly annoying. But I can develop an attack while also protecting this square. So maybe we go here. If they do this, we just take. Actually, it's protected, so we would have a fork. So we can play knight here, and then we threaten to fork them. We're not really threatening this because they can always just go back. Although then we could put more pressure, but I don't really want to play like that. If they don't move the rook or knight, we just go d4, and we're winning a piece. So yeah, and if they play here, probably just take the knight. Queen takes. I mean, we don't have to let them get what they want. We can just play h6. No big deal. And then we can always just play bishop c5. Knight here. That's actually a good try. I think I can just play this. Yeah, okay, now let's just attack the rook. Counter attack. They play here. Now we probably have something like this. Bishop takes. But we always have to be aware of their threats, which is on this h7 square. So we won't be blundering that. Don't worry. Yeah, they go all the way over. First, that was a mouse slip. Okay, my opponent's not gonna... Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. I offered them a draw, but they're not gonna take a draw. Okay, they sacrificed the bishop. I'm not really so sure why. They can take my bishop, and now it's just an equal position, but they got the pawn back. Kind of annoying, but it happens. Now, down. All right, we can just improve this. Just need to make sure we're not getting checkmated. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much game over after takes, because then king moves. We just play here. We have 2 extra pawns. Their king is kind of vulnerable. Like, just GG's. I can take. If I want, take another pawn. And just come back. Is there any attacking moves on the queen? Takes here. Just move. Take the pawn. We're attacking the queen. Can't take because of the queen. And he has to be careful. He can't move the queen off the back rank. Otherwise, this rook will be hanging. I wonder if he sacrificed the bishop, say, like, to give the piece back. Maybe. Who knows? Okay. I think that might be wrong. Go here, they go here. No, they can't because of this. So I think my opponent's going to tunnel vision here. We're going to play this. There's no mate. The rook hangs. They need to see this, and they don't. So yeah, my opponent got really tunneled on their one idea of checkmate, but they forgot my threats, and now it's just mate. The queen has to block, and then we checkmate. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, this was very, 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 very crappy. Like, after we blundered our mouse slip, that really sucked, but okay. This is how you play the Caro-Kann. You just play like this, bring all the pieces, castle. They go back, and they already blundered. I guess we don't have to take. We can kick the bishop first, and if takes. We have a lot of pressure here. We can go knight b5, attacks this. We can take. If they take, I take. And then we got to deal with their bishop. Bishop e7. They protect the pawn, a6. They have a worse structure. We don't have an extra pawn, though. But, I mean, look at it. It's kind of ugly. I like what I did, though. Takes, and then just win the pawn outright. Surprised they didn't go this way. Because it's funny, you know, if you get greedy, just go back. They have takes. And if you take, you actually get checkmated. So you need to be aware of your opponent's threats while we're playing like this. So they just go back. Just go back with the knight. No problem. Trading was not a good move. And then, yeah, here, it's quite obvious. Like, I was taking with the bishop because I wanted to keep the queen here. Taking with the queen's better, but I don't know. I thought that it might be a target at some point, maybe. So just leaving it around my king. They have to play here. And now we just need to deal with the threat. We can deal with it this way or this way. The computer prefers h6. It's just fair. I mean, you're putting all your pawns on light squares. Here creates a hook, so might get into trouble eventually. I guess maybe taking with the queen wasn't so good because you potentially have rook here at some point. Not with the knight here, but maybe that's what the computer's thinking. And then, yeah, I mean, you just take here. Like, you just up a piece. I can't do anything. And you're just completely winning. So I don't know if my opponent did this thinking that there might have been some kind of like checkmate pattern here after takes, or if he was just trying to give back the piece. Not 100% sure, but we got into this equal game, and now they just immediately blundered a pawn. We go back, and then they blundered mates because the only move is to block, and then we just trade. So, GG. All right, we got Rex. It's funny, I actually have a tattoo on my arm that says wrecked. Just spelled like that too. It's kind of stupid, but long story. So we got another Scandinavian defense. Let's go ahead, develop. Now, once again, we see this check. Guys, we need to stop giving checks for no reason. What is the threat? They're threatening to go here. Okay. So if I go here, they take. Whoop-de-doo, right? Now, do I want to do this? Not really. But, because that's where I want this. I mean, this just can't be good. Like, we just protect, take the center, and just keep attacking the queen. Like, now their bishop is tied down to protecting b7. Arguably, this is a really nice scope for my bishop. And if they go back, I'll just block with the knight and I'm ready to castle. On cue. And now we have tempo. Once again, it's like, let's just castle. They've moved their queen. This is why I hate the Scandinavian at this level. Because people just like throw their stuff and they just don't need to. They're just not playing it how it's supposed to be played, which is why we don't play it at this level. And now they're already giving up a pawn because they want to try and attack me. You know what? Let's take the pawn. It's a free pawn. Let's say prove your gambit. Okay. Maybe they're not trying to go for a gambit. Maybe yeah, what about this? What if I just go knight here or bishop here? They have to move. And then maybe get this in. I mean, this can't be a bad move. We just tempo, we're attacking this pawn. I'm assuming that they're going to try and protect maybe like this. But my bishops are very, very nice. And they've just, you know, pushed pawns for no reason. And we can, like Xar, we can keep up the tempo with this move. And yeah, after I play this, like, what are you doing? Where are you going? You have to go here, maybe? Just keep the tempo. We can take the pawn if we wish. There's a gazillion different things we can do. Their queen looks like it's getting trapped at any moment. All right, they go there. Do I have any funny moves? I mean, I can always protect like this. I can protect like this. I mean, I think we should just do this. Just keep tempoing the queen. We just play this. They can't take due to the queen protecting. Let's keep kicking the queen around. Yeah, this is how we want to punish people for bringing out their queen. Now I'm noticing that this could be a fork. I can also go here and threaten to take. No, never mind. Maybe I just push the pawn and try to get the knight here. But knight takes? No, I can just take that. I also have this, pinning the knight. Maybe rook here. There's so many good moves. So if I go here... I mean, the queen just has, like, no squares. Knight here, they have to go here. And then we would have this. They have to go here. Let's push the pawn and try to improve our knight. Once again, let's just keep the tempo on the queen. Kick the queen around. Batter it. Yeah, they're trying to really trade, but... yeah, let's keep the tempo. If they take, I have to take like this or with the pawn. Because if I take with the queen, they can take this knight. Let's not forget. So this actually might have been a good move. And props to my opponent for finding this after I push the pawn. Yeah, they go back. But now we just keep tempoing the queen. Keep kicking that queen around. Why not? Like, the queen is so unpleasant. Yeah. And now we can take a pawn, tempoing again. I mean, we can go here, but then takes... wait, so if I go here, I protect. If they take, I just take. Yeah, so I can just push the pawn. Now we protect the knight. We're going to sacrifice a pawn. It takes is no big deal because we just take back. We have checks now. Always looking for our checks. Blocks, but then they're going to take. Checks, definitely not a thing. Let's go ahead and kick the knight, or the bishop now. They take back like this. And then we'll just bring the rook. I mean, we're already threatening so many tactics. Like takes, they take here, takes. I can take here, attacks the rook. Yeah, I mean, it's a fork, but there's too many tactics in the position. Here, if they were to take, I just take the rook. They're getting a couple pieces though. Also, check, takes now. I could pin, but I think I should take the piece. And then if they were to take, they're gonna get obliterated. Like, if here we just take this with check. Yeah, just take here with check. They can't block because knight takes. And if they block here, then... no, then there is not this. However, we do have... brilliant move. Rookie 1 takes, and there's a fork. Ah, but if I go here, they have this. But then check. And then we're going to get the other rook involved. Like, there's just... The king is way too vulnerable. It doesn't matter if they take this. Without a doubt. Yeah, they take here. I could also just bring the rook right now. That is a move as well. Yeah, let's just bring the rook. Look at the rooks. Like, there's no way that this is not that great. Maybe they just go knight c6, though. They block. Okay, let's take. They took that really quickly. But now we have check. They can't block. Yeah. That's checkmate. That was really kind of complex, not gonna lie. Alright, we play with an 88. I mean, the opponent literally just moved their queen a million times and let me develop. They gave us a pawn. Just tempo the queen, 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 tempo the queen. Push the pawn, protecting our knights. And then we have a sacrifice here. Takes, takes. I guess we go check. King is kind of unpleasant. Queen's coming out. We don't care if they take. But, yeah. Instead we get forked. No big deal. We take, take. Just keep applying the pressure. And... yeah, you can't take with the rook. You have to take here. And then we have mates. So you actually can't take the knight. Knight is not takeable. Let me just take here. If they take, we're taking. It's just GG's. So that was an interesting one. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.